And then, so I got back out there in 2000, and I'm in the middle of college when September 11th happens. And when September 11th happened, my commanding officer, or the commanding officer of Unit 2, who I was deployed with as an Ops O, not the Ops O, but as an Ops JO, he was the detailer. And I was friends with him. And I called him and I said, can you please get me back to a SEAL team right now? And he said, Jocko, this war is going to last a long time. Finish college. And I said, sir, I can finish when I can do online, like whatever. And he goes, finish college. This war is going to last a long time. And I didn't believe him at all. But he was right. And I always want to make sure I make this point. He told me later that everybody called him. Everybody that wasn't at a team, everyone called him. I was just one of the other guys that called him. It wasn't like I was extra motivated. No, I was just as motivated as everybody wanted to get back to a team. Mm-hmm. And so he sent me, when I finished college, 2003, again, like awesome. He sent me to SEAL Team 7. SEAL Team 7 was like the next deploying team. I got to SEAL Team 7, and my old XO from SEAL Team 2 was the commanding officer. And he welcomed me aboard. And then a week or two later, he fired a platoon commander and put me in charge.
No shit.
You know? And so, and we were slated to go to Iraq. And we left, I don't know, a few months later. Yeah. Actually, probably quite a few months later, because I graduated in like June, July, showed up at the team, and we went on deployment in September. So that's, you know, good relationships with people, work hard. And, you know, he had a platoon commander that wasn't doing a good job. So he put me in there.
This is in 2003?
2003. That's eternally grateful. Yep.
So were you on the invasion?
No. So SEAL Team
3.
SEAL Team 3 did the invasion. SEAL Team 5 had kind of established Baghdad, and then I went in and relieved them.
How was it?
It was the best thing ever. It was awesome. I mean, and there was a...
So you've done basically 5 deployments?
Yeah, so this was my... Yeah, so this was my 5th deployment. No, this was my 6th deployment.
6th deployment?
Yes, this was my 6th deployment. Yep.
I mean, dude, what's it feel? I mean, 5 fucking deployments of... I mean, you did some stuff, but now you're...
Yeah.
9/11 happens, we've invaded Iraq, and you're in fucking Baghdad. I think you're in Baghdad.
Yes, I'm in Baghdad, and I'm in heaven. Yep, I was totally stoked. So there was actually like, I had a sister platoon at SEAL Team 7, and they went to Baghdad, and then we replaced them it was weird. We kind of replaced them within weeks. We started augmenting them and then kind of replaced them. And after a little while, like after a month or so, we were the only platoon we were the only SEAL platoon in Iraq. For a short period of time. And so, you know, we were just doing, you know, what the Team 5 guys had established. And then my sister platoon at SEAL Team 7 had kept up the pace. And it was just, you know, Baghdad SWAT is pretty much what it was. It was get intel from various sources, find out where a enemy was located, and then go get them. And we had a lot of targets, and we got to do a ton of it. And it was like what we all joined the teams to do, you know? So it was awesome.
Do you remember your first operation where you had an engagement?
Yeah. Actually, the first time I left the wire in Baghdad, the troop SEA was a friend of mine. Like, we were E5 mobsters at Team 1. And he had been there for like a month. And so we show up, and he goes, there was like a mortar attack or something. And he was like, hey, go take your platoon and go like check these roads in this place. And we went out, we went out the wire and like checked these roads and drove to here, drove to there. And then we came back and, he was like, you good? And I was like, yeah, yeah. He was like, that was just kind of a shakeout. And I was like, good call, dude. Like it was him saying, hey, like there's nothing going to happen. Like we're not sending you on a wild goose chase, but go to these couple points and check them for whatever. So it was just a good break in of, getting the guys, getting the platoon, getting the vehicles loaded up, went out, drove around outside the wire. That was kind of the first time leaving the wire with my nods on. The first time we got shot at, I was in a Humvee and I'm looking at the Humvee in front of me and I'm like, I see like sparks. And I'm like, why is someone smoking? Like, why is someone throwing their cigarettes out of the vehicle? And I'm like, oh, those are bullets, aren't they? And sure enough, one of the guys got caught like a ricochet in the head. Totally good to go. It like went through his skin and then like kind of wrapped around his skull. And but he was fine. We still took him to Charlie Med, and then that was kind of like the first time, and we got that deployment was relatively chill.
I mean, what's that feel like though? I mean, 5 deployments, you join to go to war when you're 18, don't see any. Now you're in charge of your platoon straight after college, after 9/11, and you're fucking leading a platoon into battle in Iraq. I mean, that's fucking, did it even hit you? Was it surreal at the time, or are you just so in it, you're like, all right, this is the deal, let's go?
I knew. Like, I knew. I think I'm very lucky because I was older, I think I was 33, 32 or something like that point. So I knew how rare this was. I thought the war was going to be over in a couple months. Like, I was very, very grateful for everything that we got to do. And I knew that every night I was, like playing the Super Bowl game every night, like that's what I felt like. I was very grateful the whole time.